use her hand to collect her dowry in the presence of her father, mother, everybody. So people will know that you pay her, collect her money.
Hi guys, hope you are doing well. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video, and you leave us a comment down below. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for always coming back and watch my videos. It's a beautiful morning here in this amazing country, Nigeria. They say it's the giant of Africa. Yeah, today we want to talk about a few things about the culture of Nigeria. But before we go to the topic, I would like to introduce you to a very honorable person who have graced my channel. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Thank you so much and you're welcome to my channel. So we'd like to talk about a few things about Nigeria. First of all, Nigeria is a very big country. Can you kindly tell us what's the population of Nigeria? Because it's a big country.
Thank you very much, madam. First of all, my name is Comrade Ogunrinde Kolawole.
Speak louder, sir, so that people can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. I say, first of all, my name is Comrade Ogunrinde Kolawole. I was born in Nigeria. I was born in our local government, brought up in our local government of Ondo State in Nigeria.
Okay.
So,
Can you kindly tell us the population of Nigeria? Because Nigeria is a big country. Because I may say something that is not right. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's the population of Nigeria?
the population of Nigeria is very big because always when we do our census, our population used to increase. When I say population is so amount, tomorrow or next tomorrow coming year, the population will increase more in Nigeria. But really in Nigeria, we have 36 states. We have more than 500 tribes in Nigeria, different type of Nigeria. But in Nigeria, we said that we have three tribes: Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba.
So these are the major tribes.
Major tribes that we can just identify. We have Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. But politically, we have six political geo, east, also like that, west, southeast to something. But real, we have three tribes in Nigeria. Under the three tribes, we have so many tribes, more than 500. Under the three tribes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You hear, Nigeria is a big country with more than 500 tribes. From the 500 tribes, the major ones are Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. And Igbo. Thank you, sir. So now I would like to talk a little bit about the culture. We are in the southwest part of Nigeria. So we are in Yoruba land. So I would like us to talk a little bit about some few things about the culture of Yoruba people. So when it comes to naming ceremony, I've seen that ceremony a lot in Nigeria. How do we go about the naming ceremony? What day do we name do you people name the child? And maybe I've seen also about circumcision. You circumcise children when they are small. Because on our side, we don't circumcise them when they are small. We can circumcise them when they are big. Yeah, like when they are going to secondary school, a big boy. So it's different. Is it the same here? Kindly tell us.
About the naming ceremony in Yoruba tribes, our naming ceremony is different. Everybody has his own religion, and we are not coming from the same family. We have different family. So if you are a Muslim, when you marry your wife, deliver baby, the Muslim have the way they are doing the naming ceremony. They will know the day they born the baby. You are using the day to give baby money, give the baby name. They are still using family or the way the baby come out to give the baby name. So we born on Monday. If they are Christian, they can give the baby Monday. So we born on Sunday. If it is a lady, they can give her Bosse. So for their tribes. But in our local government here, we still have the way we are giving baby ceremony. But under Yoruba generally, we have the way we are giving baby names,
Okay.
give them their names.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, who names the child? Is it the priest, or people have different way they believe? There are people who go to church, they are Muslims, and there are also people who live in tradition. Who gives the name to the baby? Is it the parents or the priest or the far? Who gives the name to the baby?
Thank you very much. If you born baby in a Muslim line, you will inform your imam, your afar in the mosque that I deliver baby. Then 8 days after delivering the baby, then they will gather to your house and come and give the baby name. They will give the baby Muslim name. They will first of all look the day and the Holy Quran to give the baby name. Then they will still have the parent of that baby. You understand? Then what do you like again to give to your baby? That is why you see our name will be 3, will be 4, will be 5. But the one that is very sweet or fantastic, the one you like, people can be calling that baby the name throughout.
Okay, sir. So it can be the pastor or
If
the
you are
imam.
if you are a Christian, the pastor
Okay.
will come and give them name. If you are a herbalist, then the traditional name or the herbalist will gather and give them, give the baby name.
Because I see that they here they respect traditional people. They respect traditions. They play a very big role here in Nigeria. So another thing I would like us to talk about is we talk about the naming ceremony. At least I've understood how the naming ceremony is done, and also my view. I'm very sure you have understood that in Nigeria they have a naming ceremony. Is it practiced of all over Nigeria? The naming ceremony is for everybody in Nigeria, or is only for some tribes?
No, it's for all tribes in Nigeria. Igbo, they are doing their naming ceremony in a big way. It depends the way you reach. Hausa people also, they are doing their naming ceremony in a Muslim, in their culture, in their religions, the way they reach. Then Yoruba people also doing their naming ceremony, the way they are doing their culture and the way they reach.
Okay.
So
So it's something that
throughout Nigeria, we are doing naming ceremony for baby 8 days when we get the baby out.
so it's a ceremony that is done all over Nigeria,
Yes,
naming ceremony.
yes.
And I love that ceremony. People will eat, people will dance, people will come together and you welcome the baby. So in Nigeria, a baby is welcomed in a very
Because they
big
are
way.
using the naming ceremony to thank God, seriously. When somebody carry pregnancy for 9 months and he deliver the baby peacefully and the baby still alive with this, so the father, the mother, the grandmother, the grandfather, junior, everybody will rejoice and give the baby name, that is join people again.
Yes.
So they are using that one to thank God, to give name, to let people know that we born so person. So
Oh.
that is why we are giving name to the baby we born in Nigeria.
Ah,
So and it's
thank.
for all tribes. We are doing naming throughout all tribes. If you are if you are a Muslim religion, you will call your Muslims imam or fast to give. If you are a Christian, you will call your pastors or your deacon or your bishop or any reverend to celebrate, to do the naming ceremony. So if you are from herbalist, that traditional this thing, you will call your people traditional to give them to give the baby name. So
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. At least we have been enlightened about the naming ceremony. There's also something that I've noted here. As I said when we are beginning the show, in my country, there are some people who circumcise their children when they are small. And but here, they also do it when they have grown up. They are a little bit older that they can understand the meaning of circumcision, the right age of pass. What do you call it? They you are passing from child to an adult. But the thing that I've seen here, when a child is born, when they are small, they do it. So how many days, or it's in the naming ceremony that you circumcise the child? Is this a girl or is it a boy? But I see it's boys. How many days do you circumcise the child?
yeah, when you born the baby, like 8 weeks, you will give the baby name. Then when we give the baby some, let's say month, 2 months, then you can do whatever you like for the baby before the baby grow up.
Okay. For the Sami that I've noticed, that is very, very much common here. Let's move from the naming ceremony. We go to the next question. I've jotted them down. So if you see me checking, it's because I've jotted the questions down. After you are welcome to this one, there is another ceremony I've seen here. And it is wedding. I love weddings, by the way. Weddings are nice. It's the time you are moving from your parents' house to go and start your own family. Do people still, do you practice it that people, a parent or a friend can tell you, go to this home or this compound, I've seen a beautiful girl there. Do you practice it here, or how do you choose your man or your woman? How do you choose it here?
Well, you good for that question. In our tribes, Yoruba, the way we marry each other, when you go to school, then you serve government, you do your copper, you do everything, or you are not, you do any other jobs, then you want to marry. If you are time for you to marry, you have been seeing people from your street, from your town, or travel to anywhere. I can from my local government go to another local government, see somebody who I like, who I want to marry. But you can't just pick her to marry and she can't talk to you. You are the one that will go and tell her, how are you, how do you do, okay, I love you, where is your house? Then you will follow the lady to his parent house. If the lady agree with you, then we show you your mother, then her mother, her parents. When her parent and mother sign, say okay, you can marry her if you love her, you can marry him if you love him. So the two of them will plan for introduction to know the family from the lady, family from the boy. So after the introduction, they will choose engagement. After the engagement, then they do the wedding.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you, sir.
before they can marry themselves,
There is
you
a
can't
process.
just go and pick lady without know their parents and go and put it in your house. You say you marry.
So here you follow up to the roots of where does she come from. You want to know the family go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you, sir. After knowing the family, now you come to the time that you want to pay bride price, because Africa we pay bride price. There's something I've heard. I want you to clarify to me about Yoruba that you don't take bride price. Is it true? Do you take bride price, or how do you do it about bride price?
For wedding,
Do you give money, or what do you give cows? What do you give for bride price, or how do you go about
in our wedding, also the same thing,
dowry?
also the same thing. Religion, in Christian religion, they know the way they are doing wedding, they know what they are paying. We call our own dowry. So you have to pay the dowry of your wife to their family, or the family can reject the dowry for you, that I return the dowry for you, that I'm not selling my daughter for you.
Hey, you know correct money. Oh, take the dowry. If it's money you give, they'll say no, we are not selling our daughter as Yoruba. Yeah, they'll say Yoruba tribe, I'm talking of Yoruba tribe, they'll not take the money, they'll say we are not selling our daughter to you. So even if you give them the money, they'll even give you back your money. So
That
they'll
is
say
Christian tribe.
that is
Christian
Christian.
religion. Yeah.
That is Christian religion. They will not take the money.
The Muslim religion, you will pay the dowry of the lady for her, not for their father. Yes, it's for her. You will pay the dowry. We call it. When you are doing the keep nikai, that is nikai. Then you will pay the dowry for the lady. The lady will collect it. You can pay 5,000. You can pay 20,000. You can pay 25,000 naira for her. It depends the way you have money, and she will use her hand to collect her dowry in the presence of her father, mother, everybody. So people will know that you pay her, you collect her money.
Hey, I'm learning, and this is amazing.
That is
I
Muslim.
That is Muslim. Me, I didn't know about this. And I hope you are also learning something too. That someone will say, no, I'm not collecting the dowry of my daughter. It's like I want to sell it to you, and nobody, you cannot buy my daughter with money. For our side though, it's different than like that. Leave your comment down below. How do you pay dowry in your country? Do you collect the money or you don't collect, like Yoruba people, they don't collect, especially as Christians, that the parents will say no, we will not collect the dowry. But if it's Muslims, they will collect, they will give to the woman, the lady who is to be to be married. She's the one to collect the dowry, the amount that the husband will give. I'm learning something, and I hope you're learning something too. That's why I say culture is good when you learn things about different culture from different places. Sir, there's something that I've watched here in Nigeria. I've gone to markets here in Nigeria, especially in our local government. I'm in Yoruba land. That's why I said I'm in western part of Nigeria. This is Yoruba land. And in this part, whenever I go to market, one time I made a mistake because I didn't know. I was so sorry. The first time I went to market, I did not cover my head. The women in the market are the one who called me back, and they told me, my sister, come, you cannot enter market without covering your head. Sir, can you tell us why people cover their head when they are going to the market?
That is in our local government here. Is our culture from the beginning. So we didn't go to woman cannot enter market without cover her head. It's what we meet on ground. You understand? So we call it abomination when woman enter our market to buy without cover her head. So even though the woman in the market will challenge that woman, why can't you cover your head before you enter this market? So that's Ojaoba in our local government. But from another local government, we are in Ondo State. We have 18 local government. So our local government is our
Okay.
culture here.
Okay.
So you can't enter market without cover your head. You will
Yeah.
cover your head if you are a woman to enter market,
Yeah.
so that you will buy whatever you are going to buy. Also the same in the market too, here. You can't remain in where you are selling something in the market and call somebody to come and plant head for you. We didn't agree. We didn't agree that one. We didn't accept that one.
Okay. That is something I've discovered because, as I've told you, the first time I came here, I went like that. I didn't know, but I had to cover my head when I went to the market. Let's leave that one for covering our head. That was by because I wanted to know. In fact, there's a video I did when I was going to the market. I said, I want to know why people cover their head when they are going to market here. So I thought it's the whole of Nigeria. Now that he has clarified, it's in this area, this local government area. Now I've known. Sir, my country where I come from in Kenya, we don't have kings. We have the government, we have the president, the vice president, that kind of system. And I've also seen it in Nigeria. Yes, you have the presidency, you have vice president, and the same as in my country. But the thing that I've noticed that is different is the kingship, that you have kings in Nigeria. Who chooses to, which is the king chosen, or how does it go about that? You say, this one will be the king, as you call it, Obahia or Kabiyesi. How, who chooses the king?
Yeah, in our tribes in Nigeria, we have kings everywhere. We have kings. We have king over king, king before king. We have paramount rulers. In our year now, Kabiyesi Olowo for is the paramount ruler in our. Under Kabiyesi, we have all small king. Already we call them king, but king pass king. So Kabiyesi Olowo is the paramount ruler in our and the first class Oba in Nigeria, first class king in Nigeria, the whole Nigeria. It's among of the first class king. We have first class king in Yoruba side, we have first class king in Hausa side, we have first class kings in Igbo side. So Olowo is among of the first class king in Yoruba side. He is the paramount ruler in Owo before other kings under Olowo of Owo, because we have different area. In Owo, we have Owo here, we have Ijebu Owo, we have Iyere Owo, we have Ipele Owo, we have Ipeme Owo, we have Isu Owo. All those where I mentioned, they have kings. who is being their king, but they are still under Kabiyesi or law or for one because he's the paramount ruler.
Okay. Sir, who chooses the king? Who comes with that decision? In this family, is the king the family of Kabiyesi, or even how does it go about choosing a king?
Okay, the way we are choosing our king here is not everybody. We have the ruling house who have been the king from the beginning. So presently now the ruling house is three ruling house. Ogunwoye ruling house is one that is here now. We have Olagbegi ruling house. We have Ajike ruling house. The three ruling house, they are the one doing the king. But if one before another, the kingmakers will decide who is the next. So the family of the ruling house will write letter, apply that I want to be a king, I want to be a king, I want to be, maybe they can be 7, they can be 8. But the kingmakers, the senior Omolowos will go and vote for them. Anyone who lead is going to be the king from that ruling house if it is their time. So after that one, if it is another ruling house, if their time also, they will do the same thing before we can pick the king. After the kingmakers or Omolowo pick the king for us in Owo, they will go and raise it up, raise him up that this is somebody we vote for that we choose as a king of Owo. Then everybody will now happy.
Thank you, sir. So is it, apart from the kingmakers, the one who choose the king, is it also done traditionally that traditionally this is how we do to have a king, or how do you do it? I don't.
Those people,
Traditional way of doing it. Those kingmakers.
those kingmakers that I'm talking about, they can do traditional to pick the king. They can go and pray. They can go to oracle to pick who from that family. That is their traditional way to do. But after picking the king, then we still have traditional performances to do for the king before he can sit as a king, before everybody will come and greet him.
Okay, so there is a traditional way to put the king to the throne. Okay, okay. That's why I've seen in movies so that they say, yeah, the what we call it, this one cannot be the king because this is what they what we call it. Then you need they put on the head. What we call that? The crown has refused him, so he cannot be the king. In movies or not in real life, I don't know that one. So I wanted to know about how they choose Kabiyesi, and they call Kabiyesi or Oba here, and we have learned together that is the process that go when the king passes away. The next king is a process that goes on from the kingmakers so that they can choose the king, or they can also go traditional way to choose the king, and the oracle will say this one will be the best king for us. So I'm very happy, sir, for telling us more about the kingship, because in my country we don't have kings, and I've seen there are kings in Nigeria, and as you have told us, it's all over Nigeria. In the north they have king, Hausa have kings who are in the north, Yoruba have kings, and the Igbos also have kings. So it's all over Nigeria that they have kings. So what are the roles of the king? What do they king? They have been chosen. What do they do now as a king? Because we have president too. We have other. What do they do? What role do they do?
Before we have all this political before political terrain, we all those cabbages, they are the controller of everybody. We don't know senator before, we don't know rep, we don't know president. You understand? So everybody with their kings. Is the king that is doing what all these senator, rep, and honorable local government chairman, what they are doing is the king that is doing it before.
Okay.
So we have been exist on king before politics coming to this.
Before presidential selections or before this, you had kings before. Okay.
So we have king before.
Okay. So he plays the role of also acting as also the person in charge of that area. So in case of anything, you go report to the king.
Yes. Yeah, if anything happen in your street, in your quarter, in your community, then because king have representative there, what they are calling chiefs.
Okay.
The king have chiefs who are represent king from each community, each quarter. So If anything happen, you will go to that chiefs who represent king in your community and discuss the issue. If the chiefs can settle the matter, fine. If he can't settle the matter, he will take the matter to the king. So they will settle the matter from the king. So if you are not okay with that one, you will go to government. So whatever king say here is what you are still going to meet in the government court, because they will ask, because the king have paper to attach with the case if the case go to court. That the case have already come to my phalanx. Then I with all my chiefs, we do this, we do that. So if they are not okay, they are the government. This is what we see and this is what we used to
So the king is capable of solving all these problems with the chiefs. Wow, that's amazing. Now, sir, let's go back. Let's go to the next question that I would like to ask. And I recently attended such kind of a ceremony. The ceremony was the final burial ceremony that is done here. I know also in my country there are some tribes who also do such kind of burial ceremony. The final one they do celebration, they dance, but some tribes don't do that. So I would like to know the burial final burial ceremony. Is it for everybody they can do the final burial ceremony, or it depends with the age, or what goes on when they come to the burial final ceremony?
well, the burial ceremony firstly is depend on the age. If you have mother, your mother died at the age of 80, 90, 100, 110, 105. So their children were happy that their mother survived with children and grandchildren. So after doing the normal burial for her, is either Christian religion or Muslim religion. So they can choose a day again, then to gather people to celebrate their late mother. So from there, they can take musician, they can cook, they can do all these things, they can dance around the town. Some will keep the coffee, the disease in the mortuary. Then they will now choose the day when they are going to bury the disease to do the final bury ceremony.
Okay. So it is for people who have reached for long, people who have been, God has given them long
Somebody
age.
die at the age of 40 years, you can't just do it like that. You will just see people moving in a mode that is not good to go and bury him or her because he died young. But when you see old mother, old father, 80, 70, up like that.
That is when people celebrate. So the death of a young person here in Nigeria is a very sad one. There is no celebration. And anywhere, of course, someone passes away when they are very young. It's sad because they have not seen life. There's nothing that they have enjoyed. There's nothing there to celebrate. But someone who have enjoyed life, have passed the age limit that God gave us, 70 and above. You are someone to be celebrated. You have children and grandchildren. So people, they are not celebrating that you have passed away. They are celebrating that God has given you long life and you have enjoyed being here. Thank you, sir. For at least we have learned something about burial ceremony, because I've seen it even in my country. There was a time there was a ceremony like that when a minister passed away, and the wife celebrated and honored that man, and people danced, and people were like, is the wife dancing because the man has passed away? No. Now, if you did not understand that time, the reason why they do it is the culture that is done here in Nigeria, that when someone passes away and they have reached over the age of 70, people can celebrate because God has given that person long life and they have seen their children and grandchildren. So it's a celebration that is done here and celebrated here in Nigeria. So we are learning many things. So I want to go to a sensitive part about how about land. Land is very sensitive everywhere, even in my country is sensitive. Do women inherit land in Nigeria? Do they inherit? Because I see most of the time men are the ones who inherit property, whether it's in my country. Yes, nowadays people buy their own properties, women buy their own properties, and not unlike before. In Africa, it's done different. because before women were not buying their properties, they were limited. People didn't have ID, you don't have any identification, but now people have. In Yoruba land or in Nigeria, do women get inheritance from their parents? What happens?
Yes, women get inheritance from their father, because in our tribes here, when your father have property, maybe you have two wife or one wife, then the wife have more than four children, they have men, they have women. So if their father die, the property will be there. The family will go and share the property both to women and men
Okay, equally.
equally.
So there is
They
no
can,
discrimination.
if their father is not a chief in their community or in their town, if the father is a chief, they can say, okay, oh, your father is chief. Men can be a chief in our area, women can be in a chief. But when we have men, we have women, we first of all pick men to be a chief before the women. So they can share the property, that who is going to be the chief next. They can add more with his own as a man that is going to be the chief. So you can use the property for the chiefs, but they will still give women out of his father property. If they are all women, they will share the property for all the women.
That's nice. I can put a smile for that. Being a woman, I'll smile for that. That's very, very good. I've loved that part that even a woman is also recognized in this part of Africa
That is
that
from Yoruba
yeah,
side.
that is from Yoruba side that they can say if your parents are no longer here with us, you are the one who is here as a woman. You are also entitled to get something. Even if you are born as a women, ladies, or in your house that there are no men, you are entitled also to inherit something from your parents, because inheritance in Africa is tough. It goes in many sides. Sometimes you hear, no, you are a woman, you are not supposed to inherit something. It's only men. But I'm happy to hear that in this side and this part of Yoruba, that you can also inherit as a woman. We have learned a lot today about the traditionals and tradition and about tradition about this
Naming
country.
ceremony, burial
Yeah,
ceremony,
yes, sir.
then wedding ceremony.
Yes, we have learned many things about it. There is a lot we can learn. We can take a very long time to learn many things about Nigeria. And as I said, we are in the southwest part of Nigeria. So if what you are saying is not matching from where you come from Nigeria, or wherever you are watching me from, don't be offended, because we are talking about some Yoruba side. That is where I am today. So these are some of the culture thing we wanted to share to you so that you can learn a few things about the culture of Nigeria. I'm here in Nigeria. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave your comment. How do you go about in all what you have talked around in from your tribe, in your culture? How do you go about it? If it's property, do you give property to women? Yeah, do you share your property if it's a woman, or you say, oh, it's only men? If it's wedding ceremony, do you take bride price? As you have heard here in Yoruba, oh, as Christian, they don't take it. They say, you cannot marry our daughter. That is done in Yoruba. But in other parts in Nigeria, they'll take the bride price. That's the reason why I'm saying I wanted to be specific to say we are in southwest part of Nigeria. So bye and see you on the next one. Thank you, Sal.